play, all these catching penalties. Look, I don't like your energy. I don't like the fake handshake, snake tendency. Let's go. Don't make me jog your memory. I did upgrade, you didn't upgrade it. The world, how they forgetting me. Please make it make some sense to me. How you talking about the greatest, still ain't mention me. Them bands, I want the symphony. 15 in it, went instantly.
First opened in 2002. There's a look inside Ford Field here in downtown Detroit. We've got what should be a great one here between the Seattle Seahawks and the Detroit Lions. Seems like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports. Reed going to bring it out of the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. They start on the ground with Elliott. Nowhere to go that time. Might have gotten a yard up to the 25. Now, this defense for the Lions, they were very good a week ago in that win over Minnesota.
And I don't know what the actual percentages are, and I don't know the analytics when you create 5 turnovers or takeaways in a game. But coaches always say, when you create a number that high, your chances of winning probably up over 98%. I haven't seen that number quantified, but I believe him.
And this will be a Seahawks first down as he's got this past the 35 to about the 37. So after a good run by Zeke, another 1st and 10. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And strong running there as he's across midfield and down to the 49. So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. Again, it's Elliott. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, this shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be good.
And the Lions pressure too strong. Down he goes. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. They go play action. Cousins. And this one caught by Travis Kelce. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. A first down there on a pickup of 25. Counting down toward the midway point in quarter one. Cousins on first down. And he's got it. Caught in the end zone for the Seahawk touchdown. T.Y. Hilton, his first touchdown on the year. And the Seahawks get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. Extra point good by Prater. And it's now a 7-0 game. After the touchdown, Cook. We'll see a return here from the end zone. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. On 1st and 10, Prescott. And this is caught. First catch for Keenan Allen. And they work this well upfield across the 45. The end result, 21 yards. Here's Prescott. And his throw here's incomplete. The Lions at 2-1 now to start the campaign. And they move back above 500 with a victory last week.
And you look at their start, a win, a loss, then a win. This might be something we see from them a lot this year because when they're at their best, they can play with anybody. But bringing their best every week, that's been a challenge thus far.
And that'll wind up moving the chains again as a tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks' 41-yard line. Prescott looks to throw on first. He finds his target, Allen. And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line.
19 more yards.
They run with a rookie from Florida, Dameon Pierce. And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. On 2nd and 11 now. Prescott. And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete.
Chances are good he's going to be a very busy guy. 2 catches already in this opening drive, and they were looking his way for a 3rd.
I think they put this defense on notice that could be a really, really frequent combination. 7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. Prescott from the gun. And it's complete. He gets this one to Washington. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. Prescott to throw on 4th. He's going to have his running back. It's complete. And he will have the first down, but it winds up paying for it pretty good.
First down and goal to go.
Now here's Snell. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
After 7-0 on EA Sports. Another shot from the 1 on 2nd and goal. Gets it into the hands of Allen on the jet sweep. And he's going to take it in for a Lion touchdown. Keenan Allen, his 3rd rushing touchdown of the year. And the Lions are within an extra point of tying up this ball game. Elliott good with a PAT. And we are tied at 7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. Fielded just outside the goal line. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. So both of these teams, Charles, coming off touchdowns now, but this offense, they just had to stand on the sideline, watch their opponent author a really impressive drive to reach the end zone.
Yeah, and I think you're not telling yourself the truth if you don't think there's some one-upsmanship going on right now because they just had their touchdown answered by a drive of double-digit plays that also found the end zone. Now, they want to do something even more impressive to answer that one.
Elliott going to get it again on 2nd down. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
Well, that was a unit that understood exactly where the 1st down marker was, handed it to their guy who could run it, created some space, and he got there.
Cousins now to throw on 1st down. And under the Lions' pressure, he's brought down. Well, they're in some hot water now after that sack. It's 2nd and 21. Now Cousins. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
I know conventional wisdom says, hey, don't get it all back in one play. But sometimes you They tried to get it all back on that one. Weren't able to do so.
Open man here. It's the tight end, Kelsey. And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield. On fourth. Another pass into the reliable hands of Kelsey. And he is going to have a Seahawks first down as they manage to convert. And that'll keep the drive alive.
First down, Seattle.
Now Cousins. Caught, Kelsey, left side. And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
They'll send a receiver in motion left. On second down, Elliott. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. That'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now third down coming up.
No daylight for him to run through there, and he ran into the defensive tackle. And that guy gets a whole lot of daylight as it is. He is truly a big man who just made a big play.
Now the throw on third down, knocked away and incomplete.
He didn't just deny a big throw there. He broke that one up in the red zone. An excellent play, one that may help save points on the board when this drive is over.
Now Cousins on fourth down. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Seahawks go for it, but can't convert. And the Lions will take over. Their first fourth down attempt earlier was successful. This one backfires for a turnover on downs.
I like their aggressiveness. I like what they're doing. They got it the first time they went for it. Why not a second time? I don't think they'll be daunted from it.
And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by Marcus Williams. And, Charles, that's now 4 interceptions over his last 3 halves of football because, remember, he threw 3 picks last week.
Starting to wonder if maybe defenses and those coordinators have identified something on tape with what he's doing. Maybe a movement, maybe the way he's moving his shoulders. Who knows what it could be? He could have a few tells out there that they're keying in on and allowing defenses to get to the football a little bit faster. People steal signals. Maybe sometimes they can figure out what the quarterback's doing just by his movements.
So first and 10 now from the 30. To throw, Cousins. Incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have now allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
Ball on the 30 as they come up second and 10. Cousins. Over the middle to Beckham. And they've got this down to about the 12-yard line.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage. So timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him.
End zone caught. Touchdown, Seattle. Odell Beckham. A 12-yard touchdown grab. And the Seahawks have taken the lead. Prater for the extra point. And that makes the score 14-7.
14, Lions 7.
After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive because remember last time out, They threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back. But make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
They had the incomplete pass on second down. Now they need a big play here, 3rd and 10. To throw is Prescott. Pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawks defense.
A 6-yard loss. It's 4th down.
The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half. On 4th down, here's Jamie Gillen on to punt. Back deep is T.Y. Hilton. That's taken on the 25. A nice return that time of about 14 yards. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10.
At their own 39-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. On 1st and 10, Cousins. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And too much juice. It'll be out of bounds, incomplete.
And that's why defenders are often frustrated offensive guys. Actually made the catch, looked good doing it, but couldn't get his feet down in order to finish off the takeaway.
Now, meanwhile, here's a 2nd down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. Well, that's a perfect example of how he was named NFC Defensive Player of the Week from last week's game. He is just all around the football right now, isn't he?
That he is, and it's funny because I talked with the coach.
And the pressure too much that time as Cousins goes down. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. So with 1 second left in the half, on is the field goal unit. And off the crossbar, no good. A sensational effort from that distance, but rejected by the bar. So that would have been something from that distance, but to no avail. Comes up empty as we have reached the intermission. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. As we get back underway on EA Sports. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Well, Charles, we saw a pretty entertaining first half, close ball game. Remember there toward the end of the second quarter, the opposition scored to take the lead. Now we'll see if these guys can get a score of their own to regain that lead.
Yeah, they want to have that type of a response, don't they? Because they want to find a way to take control of this ball game one more time. Gauntlet's been thrown down. They want to see if they're ready to answer it.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. Pierce will try to pick it up. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. They're able to convert with a gain of 4. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Out of the gun, here's Prescott. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
It'll be a nickel look here for the Seahawks on 3rd down. Prescott to throw it. For Keenan Allen, that's complete. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. 2 catches in the first half. Now he's got a third here, and it's good for a first.
First and 10 at the 41-yard line.
And again, it's Prescott. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Washington. And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. You're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Looking to throw again on second down. Prescott. And that went too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete. Just a little beyond the reach there of his receiver. That's probably one he wishes he had back.
He wishes it had been 7-on-7 in practice, or maybe even routes versus air, because that's a completion he makes, 9.9 times out of 10? Just missed that one.
And that'll wind up moving the chains again as a tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 17-yard line. A nice pickup of 23 on the third down conversion. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. From the red zone now, Prescott gets the dump off to Pierce. And he'll be marked down right at the 15-yard line.
It's a pickup of 3.
They'll throw again. Prescott. Thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jayon Brown. And the Seahawks are going to take over at their own 11-yard line. So it was a drive that had real promise here to begin the third quarter, but ultimately derailed by the INT.
And that was the position you wanted to be in. Coming out to start this third quarter, get a nice drive going, looking for the end zone. Possibly got a little bit too greedy right there.
And he's brought down, but not before they get it across the 20-yard line. 58 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries. Play action now. Cousins. He'll get this out wide here to Elliott. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And that will bring up second down.
Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 26-yard line.
Cousins to throw it. Back to Elliott, and he's got him again. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. A 5-yard pass on first down and another 5-yard connection there.
That was a pretty favorable situation there. What would you call that? Second and manageable? Smart play, too. Didn't force it downfield when he didn't have it. Just checked it down, let him get the first down, and that's exactly what he did.
Cousins' throw going to be caught by Davis. So the completion good for 6 yards, and it'll be second down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation...
And the Lions pressure too strong. Down he goes. It's the former Michigan man, Chase Winovich, who gets in there to bring him down. On third down, Cousins. It's Kelsey on the ground. And he's going to come up a few yards short of the first. They get him to the ground at the 37. Fourth down, Cousins. And no hesitations, they go right back to Kelsey. And he is going to have a Seahawks first down as they manage to convert. And that'll keep the drive alive. Carry now for Elliott. And he'll be brought down at the 50 after a gain of about 5. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, put the onus on the defense. Do not use timeouts. What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
The Seahawks on third down. Not good. 0 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. Play fake. Cousins. Open man. It's the tight end, Kelsey. And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 44-yard line.
First down, Seattle.
Inside give to Elliott. And he's going to get stopped up quickly. Give him a yard down to the 43.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
And he's going to get this inside the 30. The Seahawks moving pretty well through the air. Another first down. They go play action. Cousins. And he's going to go down. They get to him back at the 40. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sand. Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. Cousins now. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Duron Harmon. And the Lions are right back in this football game. They set themselves behind the chains, tried to get it all back in one play, and it backfired.
Didn't feel like a pitcher working his way into a 3-0 count, right? You're behind. What do your coaches always tell you? Get it back one pitch at a time. In this case, they tried to get it back right away, and it didn't work out.
And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Well, as a wideout, when you take that handoff and you're coming around the edge, you're expecting to see nothing but empty space in front of you. But if not...
Well, things can go south in a hurry, and that's exactly what we saw on that play with a loss. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield.
It's a gain of 18. That's good for the Lions. First down. First and 10 at the 49-yard line.
First and 10, it's Pierce. And he's up across midfield and down into Seattle territory. A good run, got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3.
Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 45-yard line.
Throwing, Prescott. Throw left side complete. That's Pierce. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 35. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. Here's Prescott. That's caught. It's James Washington. Touchdown! James Washington, 35 yards. And the Lions are an extra point away from tying this game here in the final minutes. Important extra point up and through. And partner, we've got a tie game here in the 4th. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. Taken at the 15, a short kick. And he'll be out of bounds across the 25.
The Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. As this offense takes the field against CD, remember last drive they were moving the football, but then they threw that costly interception, so we'll see if they can right the ship here on this drive.
And doesn't that just sum up football? We see it all the time, don't we? The defense goes from losing the battle to making a huge play and stealing the momentum. So you know they're riding high right now, and they're ready to challenge this offense and that quarterback one more time.
And we'll see if the offense is up for that challenge here as things start to get more interesting here in the second half. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
They certainly had success throughout this contest, getting him the ball in the passing game, and there he picks up another first down. Whatever they saw going into this one, they've been able to capitalize on it, and no adjustment has been made to take it away.
It got his man complete. And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line.
And this is obviously a spot where you lean on your stars. Get the ball to them in open space and let them do what they do.
The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as they get it with under a minute to go now in the football game. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. Here's Cousins. And he'll throw this one away. I don't think he's out of the pocket, no. Here comes the flag.
We saw it, too. Nobody in the vicinity of that throw, and that earns him the penalty.
Yeah, you've got to at least get it close enough to one of your own guys in order to dodge the penalty.
Cousins. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far, brings up third down. And if you're thinking field goal from here, it's 48 yards. I think they'd like to get him a little help now on third down and move it closer. Cousins to throw. And that is caught. It's Davis.
And they're going to be set up now with the ball at the 13-yard line.
The Lions now going to use the second of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 seconds to go in the game. Now Cousins on fourth down. And that's a touchdown as they've broken our tie here in the final minute of the fourth. Prater on to add the extra point. It's up and good, and that'll make the score 21-14.
Seahawks 21, Lions 14.
After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
At their own 23-yard line.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive.
A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
The partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
Yeah, because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football.
The Lions quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in the game.
Prescott.
And Allen's got it.
Out across the 40-yard line before he's brought down, so a first down and then some.
One last shot now for Prescott. He's going to let it fly. And this is caught. Oh, my, it was up for grabs. Now no time on the clock. And an extra point will send us to overtime.
Well, there's no doubt they just seized the momentum with that one. They can go ahead and kick the extra point here and ride that home wave on into overtime.
Now for the all-critical extra point. And he's got it. No problems there. The extra point up and good, and we are headed to overtime. It's a little teaching moment here. Overtime rules. Remind us how this goes, partner.
Okay, so in the past, we had sudden death. First team to score wins, but no longer. Now, if the team receives the ball, scores a touchdown, they win the game. If they kick a field goal, though, or don't score, the other team gets a possession. And after both teams get a possession, then we're into sudden death. First team to score wins the game.
So the Lions now they'll get the first crack at things here in overtime as we are back underway. This is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone.
And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And everyone knows the OT rules, Charles, but pretty simple formula. They go down and get a field goal, we continue play, but if they can find the end zone on this possession, ball game over.
And as meticulously as all teams plan for a game, I don't doubt for a second on that offense coordinator's play sheet, he's got some overtime plays that he wants to run. I know it sounds crazy, but they plan for everything. 1st and 10 all the way throughout the game, 2nd and 7, whatever. Right now, he's looking at that play sheet saying, if we get to overtime, what can we break out that they haven't seen?
Coming up on a 3rd and 9. Opening drive of overtime as they look to convert. Now Prescott. There's Trimble, the tight end. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. It's a gain of 14 and a first down for Detroit.
I like how they work the tight end on a nice little under route there. And if you're going to give him that much space, he's not only going to catch the football, he's going to run away from you a little bit. And that's exactly what he just did there, picking up extra yardage.
Option play, and it's a handoff to Pierce. And the defense closes quickly there. They'll get maybe a yard to the 33.
Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 33-yard line.
On 2nd and 9, Prescott goes left side, complete to Keenan Allen. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48. So he hooked up with a veteran there, and in overtime, that's not a bad idea. Go with the age and the experience.
Yeah, because sometimes the young guys, they give you the fresh legs and give you all that bounce. But in this type of a situation, sometimes those legs slow down a little bit as the enormity of the moment overwhelms them. The veteran guys, they tend to come through.
Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. 2 minutes left in this overtime session, and still all tied. 2nd and 11. Prescott off play action. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete. Well done by the defense. They did their job here in overtime.
Boy, did they ever, because now it's 4th and really long. So if you do decide to go for it, people think you might be a little bit on the nut side, don't they? But guess what? If I did decide to go for it, I'd call something deep. I'd throw a deep pass and hope that the defense didn't remember to just knock it down. If they intercept it, it's almost like a great punt and helps out your defense with field position.
Well, on 4th down here, that pass knocked away and incomplete. The Lions turned away on 4th down. And this defense will take over right near midfield at the 49-yard line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. The first throw in overtime now for Cousins. And just 1 yard here from the 49 to the 50.
Chase Winovich brought it down. A gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 50-yard line.
Up the middle, here's Elliott. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard, so it's back to 3rd and 10.
And you got to give it up for them right there. That's a heck of an athletic move for a big man right in the middle of the line. How about the play he makes there? Nowhere to run, and he finishes that one off for a loss.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
Cousins to throw for it on 4th. Eluding the pressure right. He's got his 6'5" receiver. That's Tim Patrick. And he is going to have a Seahawks first down as they pick up a big chunk of yards to boot. 18 of them. Play action now. Cousins. Open man here. It's the tight end, Kelsey. And he is in for the score. And it is absolute stunned silence here as they win it on the road in overtime. time.
So it's a win for the Seahawks here, and it was Kirk Cousins, the veteran, who really led the way.
Yeah, there's no question who the star of this game was. What a performance throwing the football. Over 300 yards, 4 touchdown passes. That's quarterbacking at an elite level.
So for the Seahawks, it'll be a 500 start as the win gets them back to 2-2. And they'll get another road test next week as they have to go to New Orleans to take on the Saints.
Hello, new world, all the boys and girls. I got some true stories.